everybody, I hope you've had a fantastic Easter weekend. So after asking the people's opinion, the vote came out to make peanut butter cookies, healthier version obviously after your weekend of eating chocolate. However, you might have some chocolate left over which you could add to these cookies. These cookies you can add anything, you can add raisins, an Easter egg. I've got some leftover chocolate from Christmas. I don't know how that's happened, some dark chocolate Toblerone. So I'm going to use that in my cookies. For this, you only need a few different ingredients for this. You need 1 egg for this recipe. You can use just oats, and you can ground some oats if you have a smoothie machine or a food processor to use them as flour as well. Or if you have got some flour, if you're lucky enough to be one of those people who've got flour, you can use a mixture of oats and plain flour. You can also make these gluten-free if you use gluten-free oats and gluten-free flour. It's plain flour, not self-raising flour. With this also you can use a different range of sugar. I'm going to use some dark brown sugar as I've only got a little bit of caster sugar left. So I'm going to try it out with these. I'll let you know how it goes, if it's any good. With this, you're going to use baking powder instead of bicarbonate of soda for a change. And you can add some vanilla essence or almond essence. You can add zest of orange. Don't use any butter or any oil in it. So for the fat, I'm using peanut butter for it. Okay, let's get started. First thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 170, and then you're going to need a mixing bowl, a spoon to mix, a tablespoon to measure, and a teaspoon to measure, and a fork to beat your egg with a little bowl, and a baking tray. I've got one of these baking liners, but you can either put a little bit of butter on your baking tray or baking paper. It's up to you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my oats, blend my oats even in a food processor to make it into flour, because I'm going to make it all with oats instead of using a mixture of flours, as I know flour is really hard to come by at the moment. So I'm going to try this out, and if it tastes rubbish, you're going to use flour. So the first thing I've done is I've blended my oats, 40 grams of oats. I'll weigh this out, and this will be the same for if you were using plain flour. 7 heaped tablespoons of plain flour or blended oats. Again, if you've got scales, it would be 40 grams of plain flour. So to this, I'm going to add whole oats, not blended oats. 3 tablespoons of whole oats in your half a teaspoon of baking powder. Make sure it's not heaped, make sure it's level, pop it in. I'm also going to add a pinch of salt. I need a pinch, so literally a pinch. That is it. To my flours, I'm going to add my sugar. So again, you can use any sugar that you've got at home. I'm using brown sugar. This will make a richer cookie as well, but you can use caster sugar, you can use golden sugar, whatever you've got. For this, I'm going to add about 70 grams of sugar. So I'll weigh it out for you as well. And these are heaped spoons like this. 1. In here I've got my flour, my oats, my baking powder, and a pinch of salt, and my sugar already looks pretty yummy. So the next thing you're going to add is your egg. So break your egg into a little bowl. You're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla essence. You don't have to add this if you haven't got it, don't worry. Just 1 teaspoon, like that. Then you're going to add the peanut butter, the best bit, the best bit. I always use crunchy peanut butter. I'm running out of peanut butter, which is a disaster. So I'm going to add heaped tablespoons of peanut butter. And for this, you want about 100 grams. 4 big heaped tablespoons. Combined. And it looks like a nice cake dough. I'm then going to add my chocolate chips. If it's a little bit hard, you can add a dash of milk to make it a bit softer. Chocolate chips, you can save some and sprinkle them on after you've made them into cookies. I make these quite small as they're quite rich. So these are really good because they will last for about a week if you don't eat them all in the fridge, or you can freeze them again and get them straight out of the freezer. You don't even need to put them in the oven after you've cooked them. That is. Get your hands in there and squeeze them together if you're a messy cook like me, and make it into a nice dough. Looks like that. And then I'll if you've got an ice cream scoop, that's fantastic. I don't, so I'm just going to get tablespoon amounts like this and shape them up, squeeze them in, nice round ball. like that. And I'm going to pop them on my tray and push it down to try and keep the shape. You can also roll these out and cut them if you want, as it's quite a good dough to do that with. I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to squeeze them into balls and pop them down. So once I've rolled them out into balls, squash them down, a little bit of space so they can spread, and I'm going to put them into the oven for about 10 minutes till they start to go golden brown around the outside.